Hey, what's going on, guys? Before we get into the video, just want to remind you that I do currently have a Ma.K in Gundam contest going on with my good friend Lincoln Wright of Paint on Plastic by Lincoln Wright. Not too long ago, we announced the contest where we wanted you guys to try your best at mixing Ma.K and Gunpla elements together to make something really interesting, unique, creative, and cool. So if you missed that video, go back and check that out. The link will be in the description there down below. You do still have yet until July 25th for the deadline of that contest, so if you haven't started yet, it's no worries, you still have plenty of time. Make sure you just go check out the video, check out the rules on how to enter, and with that, guys, let's get into the video. Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Ma.K Prowler here. This is a 120 scale kit from Wave, and this is the first kind of proper Ma.K video series that I'm going to be doing. I've taken a look at in videos in the past. You guys have seen me take a look at the 35 Gachanen kind of capsule kits, but this is gonna be the first proper kit that we're really going to be taking a look at. And so I'm going to be doing a little bit differently. Not going to be like a normal Gundam review where I do an unboxing and then just a regular out-of-box review, because an out-of-box review of these kits I feel like is just kind of not really all that worthwhile. I don't feel like anyone's buying these kits to not paint them, so I figure I'm just going to do it as like a work in progress series. I'll just show you guys the unboxing for now, and then we'll do like maybe 1 or 2 work in progress videos, and then we'll see the final thing. I don't really have anything too special in the plans for this. Just gonna paint it up and just do my best on this, so just gonna have fun with that. So in case you guys are unaware, both Wave and Hasegawa both make Machine and Krieger kits. I've heard that the Wave kits usually tend to be a little bit better in quality, but anyway, this is one of the more recent ones that came out not too long ago. Really awesome box art here, done by Koyokama Sensei himself. Anyway, let's get a look around the box, shall we? So here on the side, just gonna have just kind of the same thing there that's on the front, same thing there on the top. Over on this side, you can see a front and rear view what the Prowler is going to look like, front and back. It's really kind of like SAFS, but it has this extra camera mounting there on the front and some extra stuff there on the back, basically. A little bit different rig there on his backpack. It's a really cool looking design for that. It does have a pilot figure kind of head there inside there, so you can open that up. Going around here to the other side, here's just a little bit about the Machine and Krieger series, I guess, there, if you want to, or if this is a book, I'm not really too sure. It's all in Japanese, fortunately, so can't really read that. And the SAFSR space type Prowler here, so there you go, just a kind of cool sample build based off of the painting. So I'm not actually sure which came first, whether Koyokama Sensei painted this painting first and then the kit to match, or the kit first and then the painting to match, but either way, it's really cool. So let's take a look here inside. First thing, we've got a little clear piece there. I know that's for the camera on the front of it. And we've got our head piece there. I'm not sure, yeah, I guess I might as well use that anyway. Really not good at painting faces, but we'll give it a go. And then all the kit is going to be molded in just kind of this kind of off-white, and then we've got some parts here in this kind of dark gray, and yeah, it's just all off-white. So like I said, not really meant to be just snapped up and just built just straight out of the box without doing anything to it. They're kind of meant to be painted. We do have our manual there, we'll take a look at that, but let's first take a look at the decal sheet. Got some pretty cool decals here for this. I like the S Club logo there and the penguin. Skate? I always read that as skate, but it kind of sounds strange to read that as skate. I have a feeling that it's not what that's supposed to say, but what is that supposed to say? I always read it as skate. If you guys know any different, let me know. Some other letters on here, the hearts logo, and just some other kind of markings for around on the suit. Our decal guide is here on the back, so you can see it just gives you an idea of where to put those. Like, I think there's a pretty good rules about where to put like the caution markings, things like that, but as far as like the big logos, you can kind of just put those kind of wherever you want. Usually for the big letters, there'll be like 1 on the front and 2 on the shoulders there, but you know, it's just, you can get creative with it. You really don't need to stick to any certain particular scheme for those, but that's all laid out there in case you want. And the colors are all here as well if you want to follow the official color guide here for that. On the front of the manual, just got the same stuff there that's on the front of the box, the same artwork there, I should say. And then the construction, so it's just going to be pretty simple. You just follow everything that goes along. I think these do have, it depends on the kit, minimal articulation, but we'll see how much it really has. So basically what I'm going to do in terms of the work in progress series for this, the first step is really just going to be just kind of getting as much of it put. I'm not going to put the entire thing together, but I'm going to put together the different sections and everything just so that still be kind of easier to paint, but at least so that you guys can get an idea, I can show you guys a little bit about how much articulation it does have. As you can see, like, it's got knee joints here and ball joint there for like the ankles, so you'll be able to move some stuff around, but ultimately it is going to be just a fixed pose thing for me. But then there's just the finished construction there at the end. So yeah, we'll take a look at how much exactly articulation it has in maybe the next video. But for now, let's take a look at the individual runners. So first up, we have this runner here in this dark gray, which is just simply marked as PC. It doesn't have a runner label like A, B, C, D or anything like that, and that's because this is actually the same kind of like polycap material. Now unfortunately this is like the joint parts which are in this polycap material, which is gonna maybe make them hard to sand, hard to paint. We'll find out soon enough. And then also our hose parts here are also in this material. So I'm open to any suggestions as to what's the best way to sand and or paint those without even just replacing those, which is something that I might look into. But in the meantime, anyway, it is worth noting that this runner is labeled SAFS, so this is just from the regular Wave SAFS kit. And then we have the addition of this runner here as well, which has a few more parts. Now this one is specific for the Prowler. This one is marked as Prowler PC parts. Okay, right, so then getting into the runners, they're all pretty much in this just off-white kind of cream color. And the majority of the first ones here, again, are all from the SAFS Wave kit. So here's runner A, and then runner B here as well. And as we're going through this, I think you'll notice that quite a lot of parts here for such a kind of small little kit. It's 1/20 scale, so it's really not going to be like all that big, except like 4 or 5 inches maybe at the most. Then runner C, you can see some of the larger parts there for the top of the head and kind of 2 main parts there of the chassis. Runner F here, still just parts from the SAFS, so nothing new for this particular kit quite yet. Runner L, interestingly, this runner is actually from the Snake Eye kit, so it's going to be parts from that kit in here as well. Apparently this is obviously parts there, I think those are for the knees and for the boosters there on the backpack. And then another kit represented here, we have the Fireball. So runner M here is from the Fireball kit. And then runner N as well, also from the Fireball. And this one, interestingly, is a different head option. This one is wearing this kind of helmet. I actually prefer this one because I think that helmet looks really cool. So I might end up using this instead of the actual Prowler head we have included in here. But speaking of which, then finally runner Q here is new parts specifically for the Prowler. So it has this different radar blade there for it, and then it has some different kind of tanks there on the back. One of the reasons why I really like this design, I always like a design of mobile suit or armor or something like that that has some cool fuel tanks and stuff on it. Runner R, also new here for the Prowler, just a couple of little parts there. And then runner S as well, looks like maybe some hand parts there, and it looks like the fingers are going to be individually articulated, which is pretty cool. There's parts there obviously for the camera on the front, big seam line right down the middle of those. So yeah, this kit is going to have some serious seam line removal that you're going to have to do as well. Runner U then is our new head for the kit, which is marked for the Prowler, but like I said, might not use this one, might use the other helmet one instead, but we'll see. You can always paint them, and I think they're pretty easy enough to just switch out, so I might have just the 2 of them as options maybe. And then finally runner T is that one clear part, again, for the camera on the front of the chest. So that is it for the unboxing, guys. I'm excited to finally take a crack at a proper Ma.K kit. I really enjoyed just the 35 Kachinan little capsule kits. They're quite simple. This is obviously a little bit more complicated, quite a lot more parts involved with this, but I think it'll be fun. You know, you get it built up into just some sections anyway, then it should be easy enough to paint. I am going to be painting it in the quote-unquote proper Ma.K painting style, just painting it by hand with lacquer paints. I've got some experience with that now. I've got a couple of kits under my belt trying that, so I think I'm getting a little bit better at it anyway. Weathering, though, is still going to be something that I'm just not really quite good at very much yet, so that's going to be something we're going to have to work on. But anyway, that's it for the unboxing. We'll take a look at a work in progress video, just building this kit up in the near future. Might work on this live. I haven't really quite decided yet at the moment, but just make sure you're following me on my social media, either on Instagram or Facebook, and here on YouTube as well. I'll try to post announcements, of course, before I go live. If you want to watch the live building process, if I do that for this kit, or just anything else, if you want to watch me live when I do live stream, just make sure you're following me on my social media. So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave any other further questions or comments you have there down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.